Thanks a lot for staying tuned. If you just joined us, this is TMI. Two judgments were given on the same day, 3rd of July, about the situation of Edo State and, of course, the situation of Rivers State. We want to delve into what is going on right now in Rivers State, where the Court of Appeal judgment also validated the membership of 24 members of Rivers State House of Assembly, saying that they are bona fide members of the House of Assembly. And some are saying this might just spell trouble for Fubara. How do you feel about this? I still have Benjamin Mayo all the way from Germany. Benjamin, hope you are still there and your emotion is on that check right now, Benjamin.
Still very much here.
All right. And I still have Honorable Ehi Gariba all the way from New Jersey, USA. Honorable, hope you are still very much around.
I'm here. Thank you for having me, Wilson.
Okay. Well, in the studio right now, I have a political analyst, political affairs commentator, St. Moses Ermosele. He's a member of the PDP, right? And I really appreciate you being here. And I also have Destiny Asabo, a member of the Labour Party. And together we're talking about this issue. Now, moving straight down to Rivers. Simi said he doesn't really care about what the Court of Appeal talked about reinstating 24 House of Assembly members. That's not going to deter him from making the Rivers State to enjoy the dividends of democracy, which he promised the people, and is going to stick to that. All right? Let me start off with you, from you, St. Moses. These men, or members rather, of the House, according to court, they remain members of the House. And we're talking about the prospect of any licensed solution to the crisis in Rivers State, with a reinstatement or re-establishing the fact that they are members of the House. Do you see peace returning to that state very soon?
Yeah, Rivers State's crisis is a political crisis, an unfortunate one for that matter. Let's start with the decision of the court itself. The decision of the court has two components also. The first part of it was the positive side of it. The second side of it are the demerits in the decision. But whether the Rivers State government will appeal is a foregone conclusion. They will appeal and they'll stay execution until the Supreme Court rules. And of course, whatever the Supreme Court decides becomes the law. For now, I don't see this bringing peace to Rivers State. I see it bringing more crisis. Because these people are not asking for palm oil. They are not asking for zobo. They're asking for blood, in quote. And until they get Fubara out, they will not rest. And Fubara will not sit down there and just wait for somebody to come and upstage him. So he will continue to explore all avenues available to him within the confines of the law to resist this attack. And that's furthering the crisis. So I expect that the Supreme Court, as soon as it gets to the Supreme Court, there will be a solution to the Rivers State crisis, because it has the potential for spiraling into other states or into this country, because Rivers State is the economic bed of this country. So first, there are 5 decisions that we reached, 5 points that were decided in the court. The first one is that the members were reinstated. They are members of the House. The second one is that all decisions taken by the 5 members are invalid. Another decision taken was that the budget, all that has happened, and that's a very funny decision, that all has happened, the budget is illegal and invalid. And so everything that's done around the budget is invalid. And that their funds should be released to them. So some of these decisions are possible decisions, but there are others that have practical impossibilities, like the budget. A budget that's already been in place. People have been paid their salaries, contracts have been awarded. You're not saying that cancelled. Sometimes the judiciary should not overact itself. The judiciary did well by doing check and balance. I love what they did. Some good part of it that they checked the excess of the governor. A governor trying to replace this clerk of the house. That's not your duty. A governor trying to manipulate the assembly. That's not your duty. Allow the people to decide what they want. And you are the governor, let there be the legislator. That's the good part of it. The negative part of it, or the demerit, is the overarching decisions by the judiciary and trying to seem like you are a part of the conflict. There's a partisan conflict here, and you are like taking a side, and that may be the continuation or the reason for the continuation of the crisis. So what I'm advising is that there should continue to be peace in Rivers State, and that the actors should exercise restraint, and also that the federal government should, while they are waiting for the law to take its course, should find a way to organize another mediation.
All right. All right. Well, you heard him. He said he loved the judgments, like, checks and balance, but invalidating what the 5 members of the House has done. Do you think this will call for another round of battle? Destiny.
Definitely. It will call for more issues in River States. You get. Because taking a critical look at the court's judgment, I think when I went through, I was just laughing because it was more, sorry, permit me to use the word, more of wiki acting. We must be sincere to ourselves, because take it or leave it, this fight or this battle here is not necessarily between Fubara and any other person than Fubara and Wiki. We must be honest. So it's when the judgment came, it was more like it is more favorable to Wiki, like saying the 24 or 25 House of Assembly members should be reinstated. I may not have issues with that. Saying all their outstanding salaries and all that should be paid, I think it's okay. But talking about that particular budget, just like you have gone past a certain stage and you are being dragged back. So I think that will give birth to more issues in River State. And the federal government at this time should look inward or foresee some of these problems that will come and quickly provide solutions to tackle it, because there's a saying that says prevention is more better and cheaper than cure. You can only now start acting when you prevent those issues that will be coming, when you foresee them and you already provide solution towards it, than now trying to solve the problem. Because take it or leave it, it may now degenerate into something else that will take so many souls, blood will be involved, and so many things may happen. So the lives of the River State citizens, they are very important, and they need to be kind of guided and secured.
All right. Now, let me move straight down to Germany. Let's get to hear what Benjamin have to say about these 5 points we're raising that judgment. And from the studio right here in Benin, they are saying that, yes, they're in tune with it, but they are not in tune with the aspect where the court declared the budget, so to speak, all the process taken by the 5 members of the House as invalid, including the budget. Do you think this is going to twist, so to speak, the government of Fubara?
Thank you, Wilson, for this second segment. We remember some time ago when we started this conversation on the Weaver's political crisis, I rightly stated that the problem is not far from the control of power. Who want to be in control of power? Is it the godfather or is it the sitting government? That is where everything lies. We have to see truth and call it truth if we want Nigeria to be better, if we want Nigeria to move forward. I want to use the just concluded England election as a case study on this particular issue that is affecting River State, not just River State, the entire Nigeria, because River State is like the bedrock of the Nigerian economy. So if the River State holiday is problematic, that means it will have direct effect on our Nigerian economy. We can already see that. I also want us to refer us back to history. What is happening in River State today has actually played out in so many states, like my dear state, Edo State. There was a time in Edo State, whenever I remember, it brings me a lot of easy smile.
That's over to you, St. Moses, attacking the budget of a state.
Yeah, I think what I said that first of all, let us call a spade a spade. It was completely wrong to have passed the budget with 5 members. And you can say that forever. It's completely wrong and it's abominable. But because they've had a discussion, they've had a negotiation, they went to Abuja, they all signed, they had a truce. Sometimes when there's some wrong, then like somebody said, there's will be juice, will be remedy. When there's a wrong, you look for a remedy. And then the remedy was that they had an understanding to accept this wrong. So on the basis of that, and even though their understanding broke down along the line, but there has been an understanding, then you should go ahead and allow the budget to be. And the other members of the House should consider, until the Supreme Court decides that also, they are also wrong to have decamp from their party. It is very clear in our Constitution, when you leave your party, you resign, you lose your seat. If you don't want to lose your seat, don't leave your party. I am of the school of thought that if somebody sponsored you in a political office, for whatever reason, it is immoral. It is even illegal, in the case of you leaving your party, to abandon this person. It's wrong. You must, to an extent, serve this person and complete the agreement if you had any with this person before you can begin to exact yourself or establish your own agreement. So these guys, they left the party that sponsored them, and the law says, leave your seat. You're not leaving your seat, you're fighting for your seat, and you can't eat your cake and have it. So, but then, whatever the decision of the court will be, who abide by that. But until then, they should follow the law and should wait until the Supreme Court decides. They should not be in a hurry to come to River State.
Yeah, all right, no, but you talked about the federal government. What if we talked about the federal government coming into the situation, waiting into the situation, but this is strongly a PDP matter. Why would you call on the federal government knowing fully well that the federal government is controlled by the APC?
No, the federal government is not APC. The federal government is Nigeria government. So whether they are in the party or not, it doesn't really count.
But still,
in a matter of state.
But you have to put the party to consideration.
We are not really looking at that.
Okay, you're not looking at that, but that is what we're looking at right now. But what do you feel about this? Call on the federal government, we have PDP issue on the ground.
The truth is, whether PDP or APC, there is no way you cut off federal government from all of this happening, knowing that this is a party issue. If we must trace back to the root of all of this problem, it started immediately. They decamped, those House of Assembly members decamped from PDP to APC.
They just said it, they never really follow it through.
That was what gave birth. Let's not try to beat around the bush. That was what gave birth to all of this issue. Like he rightly said, he just hit the nail on the head. You cannot eat your cake and have it back. I cannot, for instance, contest under Labour Party today, and maybe I'm holding a position in Labour Party today. Then all of a sudden you see me decamp to another party tomorrow, and I want to also retain my seat. It is not possible.
Okay.
So it is high time we start to tell each other the truth. That is only the way we can now find or we'll get to the top.
That's the truth.
Not saying whether federal government trying to drag it or separate federal government from party issue. It is not possible. It is true that the federal government is all about Nigeria. It is the chief security of Nigeria. You understand? But it is just more like a father who married so many wives. You understand? Now, you cannot say because this one gave birth to this and this other woman gave birth to this. When there are issues in the family, it is your duty to see how to remedy the situation, because whether you take it or leave it, it is your name
that is at stake.
That is at stake.
All right, now let them get straight down to Benjamin. I believe you've been watching, been listening. From your own perspective, the budget, that was a question I threw at you. Would it be right for, that particular aspect of the judgment to follow through? Can a state operate without a budget? Take it up from there.
Like I said before the network messed up or something. The issue in River State actually started from when those former members of the House of Assembly left the party, moved to another political party based on what their supposed leader in Abuja told them. But that being said, I would like to refresh in our memory that the fight, or rather the political crisis in River State, is not something that is new to Nigerian government or Nigerian people. It actually happens in my dear state during the time of Oshomole, when some people decided to leave the Edo State House of Assembly and they went to court. That was also a particular judgment, a court judgment like this. And at the end of the day, those people never came back to the house. And one of those people who never came back to the house was from my constituency. And until today, even when he decided to get contested and come back, the same thing also happened. What am I trying to say in essence? A sitting governor knows how to govern the state. He's elected just the way a president is elected. So trying to unseat him is not going to be an easy thing. It's a stone that you throw at the river. You can only see where the stone goes into, but it won't make any negative impact on it. So you trying to a judgment that is being made, which I know someone in Nigeria is behind it, which we already know. It's an allegation based on my own perception of that this kind of judgment that the budget should be this and should be that. It's like you are bringing the whole state. You want to turn the state into an anarchy. And I continue to say, and I will continue to say, the federal government should treat carefully on rival political crisis. It will either make Nigeria suffer more economical loss, or they will have more security threat to Nigeria, because whatever happens in River State will have a direct impact on the Nigerian economy or the Nigerian security at large. Whatever is happening there today, I think the governor should be given the time to govern the state. Like what my dear brother from the studio said, it's like a situation that normally says you cannot eat your cake and have it. You cannot come into a political party and you want to dish that political party or snitch on that political party and become and go to another political party just because you have been promised for one thing or the other. We need to follow what the rule says. We need to follow it to the latter. And trying to use a legal mix to remove a sitting governor, I think it's something that Nigerians, the electorate themselves, need to wake up and continue to resist it, because it continues to play out in different states, and now it's River State. The one in River State is becoming so hot till this very moment because of the importance that the strategic position and strategic power that the River State have. If not, nobody will have interest in it. Or you will have even heard from the other day that those people from the House of Assembly are no longer in the power, and that's all. The judgment is coming forward because they have somebody like Wike in Abuja that they are working for, that they are working with. That's the reason why those things are saying in the media. If not, you wouldn't have been seeing all those things in media. In my own idea, in my own opinion, federal government need to sit down and treat carefully. The power tussle in River State is becoming so dangerous daily, dangerous and becoming dangerous, because at the end of the day, when two elephants fight, it is the grass on the floor that will suffer for it. And these two people are fighting. Not like we politicians, we don't have a permanent enemy, we don't have a permanent friend. Those people who are on the other side today, they can come to the party tomorrow and they will be welcome. That's how politics is being played. But people who are clamoring for sharing blood and doing this and doing that, taking this fight to a higher, to another level, I think they should desist from it and let the federal government find a solution to end it once and for all.
Thank you, Benjamin. I want to go for a break. When we return, we're going to hear from Honorable Egareva, his own opinions and, of course, his own views pertaining this particular issue. Don't go away. We'll be right back after this break.